Heart family? Today we're going to be debunking disability myths.
We're getting all of these from ChatGPT, so shout out ChatGPT. The first segment of this video is just going to be rapid fire. I'm going to say the questions and I'm just going to answer. Disabled men can't satisfy their partner.
False. True.
Wait, whoa. Paralyzed people can't do the deed.
False.
You can't have kids if you're paralyzed.
False.
You're not a real man if you're in a wheelchair.
Wait, you're not a real man if you're not in a wheelchair?
No, you're not a real man if you're in a wheelchair.
Oh, false. Only real men are in wheelchairs.
Oh. I'm a big dog.
She want a big dog.
Not no puppy. People date disability folks to feel good about themselves.
I would hope that would be false.
Yeah, I would hope so too. You can't enjoy life if you're with someone paralyzed.
False.
Yeah, that was only one correct way to answer that question. So that's a rapid fire section. Now we're gonna get into the deep, let's talk about it, more explanation. Do you feel people treat our relationship as if it's not real?
People think that I'm with him for the money, even though we were dating before his accident happened, so unless I could read the future and unless that was actually true that you get more money from being disabled, that's completely not true at all. Also, yeah, I feel like a lot of people expected me to leave because how could you stay with someone that's in a wheelchair? How could you be happy with your life? And so in that way, I guess, yeah. What about you?
Well, first off, I don't have money, so she's not with me for the money. Because we do post on social media, we do get a lot of people commenting like, oh, let her go, bro, or like, oh, she's for sure cheating, and in that aspect. But honestly, people that comment those things to us, I laugh because I'm just like your life is pretty shitty. Do you get jealous of able-bodied couples?
No, but at first when Evan first became paralyzed, I remember times when I would be at the airport flying to go see him, just seeing people walking would make me angry. Even though, I can still walk, obviously. But when I would see people just going about their daily life, and I don't know, if you haven't gone through this as a spouse or, even a kid, I would say, I feel like you're not going to understand this, but I've talked to other people and they're like, I felt the same way, that I would just see people walking and it would make me mad because maybe some people are walking and they looked miserable, and it's like, my fiance was in the hospital fighting for his life and I wish that he could walk. He's still keeping a smile on his face while this person's walking and they look miserable.
I'm not jealous of them by no means, but we both have said we've seen couples doing certain activities and be like, oh, that would be fun to do. But we just can't do it anymore. I would love to go fly fishing down the river, but I know we can't do it. In my head and the way I've always looked at it is okay, well, let's go do something we can't do. Because we could just sit here and cry about it, or we can go do something that we can actually do. How do we feel when people stare/judge? I guess we kind of answered this. For me, I don't really care. If people judge, it's everyone's got an opinion. I'm not gonna let someone's opinion affect the way I live. I'm just gonna go about my life. If you support us, you support us. If you don't, well then.
I have a fiery side to myself. Since we do social media, sometimes it's hard to tell if someone's staring at us because they think they know us from social media, or if they're staring just to stare. So I would say if we didn't have a platform and we didn't do social media, if someone was staring at, if it got to a point where they're hardcore staring and they're adults, I'd just be like, is there something we can help you with? You want to say something or ask him something? We're an open book around here, so in my eyes, I know people are different, but it's instead of staring, ask. If you're curious, then ask.
Because we post on social media, why do you think people feel the need to ask us the craziest intimacy questions? How many times do you do it a week? Do you do it every day? Whenever he wakes up in the morning, is he rocked and you just hop on it?
Yeah, people are wild on social media.
I understand why people ask this. Well, no, I don't understand why. You guys are all freaks. But we post about educational intimacy, how it's possible. But we also get the questions of, I said, how often do you do it? You would never go ask a regular couple that, right? But I think people feel like they do because we have posted about it.
So we post about this because I will always say we post the things that we post because we were in the hospital and we had no one to talk to, no answers. It was not on social media, and so that's ultimately why we started this page, was to give insight to couples who are going through the same thing and to give them some answers. And in the mix of that, you're going to have a bunch of freaks looking at all of your content surrounding intimacy. That people are weirdos. So the facts that we post it is strictly educational. I'm not posting my personal life out there just for the fun of it, just for the freaks to be like, oh, can you do this in the bedroom? Can you do that? Like, it actually disgusts me how comfortable some people get with asking certain questions.
Well, since this video is titled Intimacy Questions, and we just talk shit about asking crazy questions, the next one's gonna be, do paralyzed people still enjoy doing the deed? It just fits right in right there.
Well, does Nevin still enjoy?
Well, for me personally, I do. I'm a dude. I'm a horn dog. It just runs in our DNA. Like, that's just how God made us. Just like, bro.
Go get
He was
some.
like filling up the cups of like, I don't want to say the word horniness. He was just filling up like, have you seen like the cups of like where they like make people? It's
Like
just,
wearing fake make me, and it'd be like, she's just so
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Farts a lot.
Oh.
Okay. For guys, it was like ass hair. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Nevin doesn't even have hair on
No,
his
I
butt
don't.
cheeks.
But I know a lot of dudes do, but I don't.
His ass is
Alright,
bare.
anyways, it's like horniness and he just got a 5-gallon bucket. It doesn't change after you become paralyzed. So
Not for
yes.
him, at least.
No. I mean, sometimes, I feel like it does sometimes, in the sense of like, just because I'm not able to feel it doesn't mean like I still don't get enjoyment from it. Because there's a lot of like emotions and like chemistry going on. So it's not just about feeling. This isn't in the aspect of like just like intimacy talk. I think this is like in the aspect of like everything talk. But can you still be dominant or take charge in a relationship when you're paralyzed? I feel like yeah, you can. What do you think? I mean, like, am I gonna be doing the masculine chores around the house anymore? Probably not, because no.
What's wrong with the trash?
Well, yeah, but like, change the light bulb. Probably not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, but for us personally, I would say that Nevin still takes charge and is dominant with those things, even if I have to hang the curtain rod or.
And then cries about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
He tells me what I need to do, and he directs me. Hey, babe, this is what you need to do. Like, I know I can't do it, but this is the steps to do it. And he's still like taking charge, being the dominant one. Like, but I have to actually be his hands in that moment because he can't reach that.
Do I ever feel less of a man because I'm in a wheelchair? I feel like in the beginning, when I first got hurt in the hospital, I was like, how am I gonna be, you know, growing up with the dad that was like, you know, the man of the house, right? Of like doing all like the manly things. I did struggle with like, how am I gonna build us a fence one day around the house, you know? How am I gonna do that? Like, am I really gonna be a man if I can't do that?
For those really your first thoughts when you're laying in the hospital bed, how am I gonna build a fence around around the house?
I think so.
Well, he's trying to fight for his life. We're not even like engaged yet. He's like, damn. That fence that I might have to build around the house. Damn, how am I gonna do that?
I don't know. It's like, if I have to like, if we have a driveway that needs graded, how am I gonna do that? Like because that's always been me. I've always been the one to like wants to get his hands dirty and like do the labor work. That was just me.
Well, good thing you're engaged to a girl who also likes to get her hands dirty.
Yeah. All right, back to what I was saying is like I did feel like in the beginning like all the things that I felt like were a man of like, like, you know, having the muscles and like doing all the hard things around the house. I was like, I can't do it anymore. But then you realize like if that's what your definition of a man is, like you have the wrong definition. To me now, it's like a man just shows up in hard times and figures out a way. Because there's so many people that have, you know, all the muscles in the world, but when times get tough, they don't know how to show up. So I feel like for me, it's just like, how are you gonna, you know, react to adversity, and are you gonna be able to get through it and guide your family?
How did you know I wasn't just trying to save you?
Atlanta.
That's what Bailey thinks. Yeah, that's what you get for licking your vagina.
Okay. How did I know that she wasn't just trying to save me? Well, she stayed with me for 3 years, so that's one. Two. She flew out like every week to Colorado while working a 911 dispatching job. So like, there's like little things like that of like, she wiped my butt whenever I was crapping myself. Well, it was only once, but she still did it. She bathed me in the hospital whenever I couldn't bathe myself. So I feel like, yeah, like if we're, I don't know, like she showed a lot of effort, where I feel like if you're like trying to save someone, like you're gonna show up when you feel like you need to show up, but then you stop showing up eventually, and like she's just showed up every time. How do we handle physical care versus our romantic connection?
Oh, I don't do anything for him.
Yeah, that's like a big misconception I think the world thinks just because I'm in a wheelchair, is that she helps me get dressed, bathes me, washes my butt, all that stuff. So personally, we don't deal with that issue. We do have friends that are in that situation where their injury is a little bit higher, and so they do require some more assistance, and they actually have caregivers come into their house and do the personal hygiene of the person that's injured, and that just separates, you know, the caring from the romantic connection, which I think I would probably do that also, because I wouldn't want her wiping my butt and then, you know, an hour later, hey, you want to get freaky? Like, that would be hard to disconnect.
Yeah, for sure. I think if he did need a caregiver, I think we would have someone come in, because
I also wouldn't want her finger up my butt, because she would be laughing the whole time. She'd be like, oh my God, what are you doing down there? She's like, do you think I can fit my fist?
oh my God.
Oh, this is a good one. No. Her answer, she better answer this correctly. Do you ever worry she's gonna eventually want someone normal? Why are you laughing? What? Why? She already failed this test. No, at least I hope not. I feel like I do everything that she wants to do, and I feel like that's kind of like what has helped our relationship, even if I know it's gonna be not enjoyable and like 10 times harder than it used to be.
So like Top Golf today?
No, I like Top Golf. I beat you in the games.
We're supposed to go later on the date.
And the aspect of like, I still attempt to do all, you know, the activities she wants to do. And like I've told her before, like if I physically can't do something, like I have no problems watching her do it. And I feel like we've done that before. I just watched her do something, and that's cool with me. But yeah, we do everything that we used to before. It just looks a little different now. Am I afraid she'll ever cheat on me with someone able-bodied? I don't believe so. I would hope not. I feel like, we've always been really close, and I feel like if someone's gonna cheat on you, I feel like you can tell early on in the relationship, just the way you guys interact and who they are as a person. But I don't believe so, and no, I don't go to sleep like losing sleep over it.
Okay, also people are like, oh my God, well, that's the good thing about being with someone paralyzed, they can never cheat on you. He could still cheat. He could still kiss people, just because like maybe he needs medication to get it up to like go that far. People could, just because he's in a wheelchair doesn't mean that I'm the only one who could go cheat, you know?
This will be our last one, because I think we'll have enough. What do we want the world to understand about us? Alright, this is going to be the last question. What do we want the world to understand about our story?
No matter what you're going through, it could be paralysis or something hard that you're going through. If you just stick with your partner side by side and communicate with each other and be each other's best friend through it all, you can make it through anything. So with that being said, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. We'll catch you next time, Heart Family. Peace.